The group stage of the Euro 2024 is over, and I wanted to quickly analyze how the teams were doing in their 3 matches so far. Did the favorites make it to the knockout phase, or have there been some surprises? I downloaded the data for each team and their players from transfermarkt.com to get their market value and other data points, which means that I have 622 players, here sorted by their market value in decreasing order, with their country information, the group they are playing in, their position, age, number of international matches, goals, etc. When I upload this data into flourish.com, you can see that by increasing age, your market value drops. The oldest players in the tournament were Pepe from Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo, but we also see Lewandowski at 35 and Luka Modric with 38 years. The youngest player comes from Spain, Lamine Yamal, and the most valued player in the tournament are Jude Bellingham and Kylian Mbappé. Many players from England have very high market value. From Germany, the best are Florian Wirtz and Jamal Musiala, because they're still really young. I will share the link with this chart with you, so then you can filter for your favorite team and investigate some of these players. And what I want to do in this video is to compare the teams' starting lineup based on market value. So the first game was between Germany and Scotland. And when I filter for these 2 teams by the 11 players that started for each team, I can add up their market value, which for Germany came down to 488 million and for Scotland 150 million total, which makes it a difference of 338 million euro. And here I plotted all the 12 matches of the first day, and whenever the favorite of the matchup based on total market value of the starting lineup won, the bar is highlighted in green, and the width of the bar comes from the difference of market value of these teams. Whenever the underdog won, the bar goes to the left and in red. So Belgium was around 200 million worth more based on the players that started than Slovakia, but they lost. Same for Romania against Ukraine. There was 1 draw between Slovenia and Denmark, and whenever there's a draw, I highlight it in yellow and have the bar that represents the difference in market value go over the center line in a proportional way. So Denmark was roughly 3 times as valuable as Slovenia based on the players' market value, so they have a bigger chunk on the right side, and Slovenia managed to draw. And Switzerland was the underdog, even though they overall have a more valuable team, but in the starting lineup of Hungary, you have a very expensive player, Dominik Szoboszlai, worth 80 million. Same for Georgia, which is one of the lowest valued teams, but they have 1 striker that's worth 80 million, and therefore they were quite close to the Turkey team, and the difference wasn't that big. So this was day number 1. On the second day, there was no underdog beating the favorite, but there were many draws. Most remarkably, Denmark against England. England was a huge favorite against Denmark, but they only drew. Then you had teams matched against one another that were quite similar in market value. Switzerland, Scotland, Czechia against Georgia. Austria only a small favorite over Poland, but they won. Then you had many favorites winning, but Croatia, which was a big favorite over Albania, only playing 2-2, and France, Netherlands with a 0-0. The third day was pretty much the most confusing. You had, again, England as a big favorite, only drawing. Same for France and Germany against Switzerland and Poland. Austria, a big surprise, beating Netherlands. And same for Georgia against Portugal. Croatia against Italy came down to the last minute because Croatia was ahead 1-0 until 7 minutes into the additional time, where Italy equalized and kicked Croatia out of the tournament. And now I just want to go quickly through these 6 groups to show you who continued to the knockout phase based on the overall team value. Germany and Switzerland made it through. In Group B, Spain and Italy made it to the next round, eliminating Croatia and Albania. In Group C, England and Denmark continued. In Group D, France and the Netherlands were the most valuable teams, but in the end, Austria qualified as group leader ahead of France, but Netherlands qualified as one of the best 3rd places. In Group E, Belgium was the most valued team, and they qualified to the next round, but Ukraine got eliminated. And in this group, all 4 teams had 4 points exactly, but Romania had the best goal difference and the most goals scored, so they went ahead as the group leader, and Slovakia qualified as one of the best 3rd places. In Group F, Portugal and Turkey had the biggest market value, and they qualified as 1st and 2nd place, and Georgia followed as one as the best 3rd places into the knockout phase. Yesterday, the first 2 matches in the round of the last 16 happened. Switzerland kicked out Italy, Germany won against Denmark, and today England is the favorite against Slovakia and Spain against Georgia. Let's see who continues to the final, and I hope that you enjoyed this video here at the Data Digest.